Now, did you know Leslie Nielsen as a serious actor before these movies, or did you know him as a comedian?
I only knew him from Airplane.
Okay.
I didn't see any serious thing until Forbidden Planet, I'm pretty sure. That was the first time I ever saw him do something serious, and I was waiting for jokes.
It never came.
I was like, okay, I get it.
Ah, yes, come in. Our featured presentation is about to start. You have entered into cult cinema with the dastardly evil Cheese Film and my partner in crime, Hecubus. This is the Grindhouse Podcast. We're coming to get you, Barbara.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Podcast. I am your host, Cheese Film. And joined with me is a criminal on the run. A dangerous man only God fears. And that man is Hecubus. But we will be talking about a comedy movie starring a cop who is after a bad guy. And this is the story of how he proves O.J. Simpson is innocent.
Yeah, right. It is, though.
It's
that's what they're trying to do, is clear his name.
Yeah. I think that's kind of a little funny. Not to get, political or anything, but they're trying to help O.J. Simpson out in this movie. Prove that he didn't commit murders. Or, it's some murder, right?
What are they trying to... they want to clear his name, but he... I think he just wants heroin. Because he's trying to, did you say it was the Naked Gun?
No, I didn't actually.
Okay.
I said it's a movie trying to prove O.J. Simpson's innocent. But yeah, good thing to point out the name of the movie. Unlike me, who's an idiot. Yes, this week we are talking about The Naked Gun.
The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad.
Yeah, what a mouthful. I thought it was just called The Naked Gun. And then this one popped up, and I was like, oh, is this a show? Is this like the spin-off or something?
Yeah, it's the movie of the show. The show was on for half a season or something like that. I think a lot of people don't like that. Not a TV audience doesn't want to see airplane humor because that's all it was.
Yeah.
And it's the same as the movie. The show was, except it was a half hour long. So, and it starts the same way, too. They roll the credits with the police car going through all that crazy, wacky stuff.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
That was not unappreciated.
Yeah.
I thought it was a neat way to do that.
All kinds of weird, different, stupid stuff, like a women's locker room.
Yeah, just everywhere.
All kinds of stuff.
I feel like that has been spoofed.
It was in Family Guy. Yeah. One season they had different credit scenes, and one of them was the Naked Gun. And also the very beginning of this movie where Drebin, he's supposed to be on vacation in Beirut, and he takes out Mikhail Gorbachev and Gaddafi, all these people that aren't alive anymore.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything now, but all those guys.
The room full of terrorists.
Yeah. And Pap Smear.
Yeah.
The guy, the facilitator of the main crime, his name is Pap Smear.
Who I didn't recognize in that scene. It wasn't until on the boat when he comes out. Yeah, and I was like, oh, look at that.
The plot thickens.
It's
all just jokes. The whole movie's just jokes. The thing is, the Queen's coming to Los Angeles, and this cabal of evildoers wants to kill her, and they use post-hypnotic suggestions to make assassins out of people that they wouldn't ordinarily be an assassin.
Kind of Spies Like Us, in a way, where you have the sleeper agent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's also the Manchurian Candidate. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that. But this was actually, like, Airplane was it was a play and a movie about the pilots eat bad food and a passenger has to land the plane. That was a real movie, and then they made a
spoof out of it.
This was also a real movie called Telephone, where they use hypnotic suggestions to make assassins out of people.
Interesting. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I thought they were just making a cop movie, and they got to have a bad guy.
Well, I kind of thought that on the heels of Airplane, they wanted to do a couple more Leslie Nielsen comedy movies, and this just happened to be one of the next ones.
Yeah.
Not really anything special. Just I didn't even know it was a show.
Yeah, it was a show. When Leslie Nielsen was in the show too.
That makes sense.
And
he kind of carries. I mean, he's your main guy.
Yeah, but then they made a movie after this. I think it's in between this one and the second one, called Top Secret, with Val Kilmer, and I don't think that's as good. It's got some jokes in it, but it's not as good.
Well, they did The Naked Gun, and then they did Spy Hard.
Spy Hard's way later, and I don't know if this is that's a Abrams Zucker.
You don't think it is? Because it feels like it is. I don't know.
Well, because Leslie Nielsen's in it. And Weird Al does the song.
Well, and they do a lot of the spoofy pun humor, too.
But I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't have my phone down here. I'm not sure if they did it or not. They might have. It's something they would do.
Yeah. And, I think it's pretty cool that Leslie Nielsen switches from more of a dramatic kind of career to that of comedy.
It's all comedy after that.
Yeah, he does a
he's pretty much typecast as this guy, and I don't think he minds.
I don't think he does. I think it's
because even when he plays Dracula, it's kind of like this.
Dead and Loving It, the Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah.
Because he's not, and like this is no insult, but like it's not funny. It's how he's delivering the situation is funny because he's in the superhero movie, those spoof ones, as like the Uncle Ben character.
Oh, is he? I didn't see that.
And he's doing the same kind of thing in that too. It's like he's like, well, this is what I'm going to do. You can either, like kind of how Seth Rogen is. It's like, well, I can be in your movie, but I'm not doing a voice. Yeah. And I don't hate it at all. And I think when it works in its favor, it works.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm like, oh, God, can we get over this?
Yeah, I think this totally works 100%. And these three movies, all three of them work great.
I'm excited to see the other two.
They're pretty good.
For a long time,
it's the same jokes. Like,
over and over again, but they're good jokes, so they're not getting old.
The tagline for The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, is mostly new jokes. It's the same kind of stupid stuff, humor, and if you like this stuff, you're gonna love these movies.
Well, that's good because I do like this humor. This is kind of right up like my ideal humor. Yeah. And I was actually thinking about this too, watching it. And this is just my thoughts. I did not do any research into this at all, and I kind of wanted to bounce this off of you because I got the feeling that this is one of the major inspirations for Ace Ventura. I think they did the same kind of thing. And instead of having the Leslie Nielsen comedian do it, they had the Jim Carrey comedian do it.
Right.
And that's why it's different. But fundamentally, they're both kind of a detective movie. Like, they do take that part seriously.
Yeah, they do.
With a comedian at your helm doing his kind of comedian stuff. And everybody else around him is being fairly serious, just in funny kind of things. Like
getting yourself into something serious. For example, in The Naked Gun, he's going at a press conference at the beginning and his microphone's not working, so he has to use another one. Then he forgets and goes to the bathroom and leaves it on, and you hear everything in the bathroom. That's hilarious. But actually, Ace Ventura was a serious movie, and then Jim Carrey said he would be in it if he could do it his way, and that's why it's the way it is.
Well, it works.
Yeah, totally. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective would probably have been a crap movie if it was supposed to be taken seriously, because someone's missing dog.
Well, I don't think it would have been bad.
Yeah, I
Because the
think they
movie's
went the
not
right
about
way.
the missing dog. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
And then, it's about the football player and the revenge story there. And this weirdo, maybe it wouldn't have worked if somebody else was Ace Ventura, the pet guy.
Right.
But if
Taking
that
it
was
seriously.
a serious, if that was a serious character, I think it would have worked. But I think it works even better him being a pet detective.
Definitely.
When it's Jim Carrey, because Jim Carrey fits that kind of role.
Yeah.
It's very.
He was at the top of his game there too, because he did Ace Ventura and The Mask like the same year.
Yeah, they did. They came out.
Well, he made them in the same year.
And then Dumb and Dumber were.
It was right
after that too. And those. It might not be his best movies, but those are his
they're
top
great.
movies. They're
and
untouched.
I think the Farrelly brothers were probably big fans of Zucker, Abrahams and Zucker Productions, because it's a lot. It's just a little more edgy. That's all.
I'm gonna pull up here. You've got a picture of Mr. Ludwig.
Yeah, played by Ricardo Montalban.
Yes,
He's the villain.
I love him. He is such a good actor.
He is. He just tones Khan down a bit for this.
Yeah.
He plays a businessman. He does it really good. And he's great.
So I was first introduced to him in the Spy Kids movie.
Yeah.
Because Robert Rodriguez has him as the grandfather.
Yeah.
And everybody who is anybody in the, I guess, Latino sphere is in those movies. Literally everybody.
Right. Yeah.
So that was my first introduction to him. Then I seen him as Khan. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he was in something else. I was like, oh, now I only call him Khan because that's just who he is. And he's good.
He used to be on a TV show called
good villain.
Fantasy Island. He was the good guy. Mm-hmm. And he had an island and people's dreams would come true. It was kind of mystical and stuff. I didn't really watch it when I was a kid. It wasn't for me. But when he's Khan and this guy are great.
Oh, yeah. I think this is the only cameo in the movie, is right at the beginning when he gets off the plane and he's I love how they track it. So it's him and the captain talking.
Right. George Kennedy.
And they're he's like,
they walk and he ends up walking into a bunch of microphones like it's a press conference. But it isn't for him.
Well, they're talking about like how his wife left him.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not something you're gonna tell the people.
Right.
He walks up to the podium to continue talking. It's like they're not here for you.
Right.
They're here for Weird Al.
Weird Al is in all three of them.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's so funny. That's such a cool idea to have him cameo like this.
Yeah, like people are at the airport waiting for Weird Al Yankovic like they were for the Beatles.
Like the Beatles. Like, what a great movie. And a cool idea.
Yeah.
Because he's also this kind of humor.
Definitely.
Like he's not like a stand-up comic at all. He's not.
No, but those songs are funny.
He's a pun guy.
Yeah. He's punny.
He is punny. So to have him in what I would assume these would be like the coup de grace of pun movies. Like this is,
totally.
Especially the trilogy of them being kind of the same thing over and over and over again. It's funny. I bet this is the type of movie Randy thought Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was
I wish he could do this one.
I wish he could make it.
Because he would have enjoyed this movie.
Yeah. I think he would have liked this.
Yeah. These are jokes. He would have been laughing out loud for them.
Because they're silly. They're so silly.
Like towards the end, Priscilla Presley's character tells Drebin he's got to go meet with Ricardo Montalban at a meat packing place. See, they do this kind of stuff too. And it was just a setup for him to get shot. So the guy starts shooting at him and he's saying, hey, what is his name? Ludwig.
Yeah,
Ludwig has a message for you.
you.
It's blam, blam. He starts shooting and talking at the same time. He's like, you can't shoot the gun and talk at the same time.
Like, that's hilarious.
It is. But they
so
set that
funny.
up with a meat packing plant and the guy falls into it. They got toxic waste that goes into the food, and the guy falls into the meat packing stuff.
Yeah.
Then at the end, at the big finale at the baseball game, he's eating a hot dog from his place. He's got a finger in it.
That's like that. That is the perfect setup and execution for that joke. It works so well, and like it's full of stuff like that. Like the lionfish in the tank.
Yeah, right. That whole scene.
Yeah.
That, and then when he breaks into his apartment and he's trying to save all. First of all, he's got a player piano in there that's remote controlled.
Yeah.
He turns it on and is playing that old school music, slapstick music, and he's catching these priceless Ming vases and not letting them break. And then he pulls on the whole thing and they all break. He goes to save a painting from a fire and destroys the painting. It's really good. It's good stuff like that.
It's a fun, goofy movie.
Yeah. And I think that part is the only part you might want to have kids around, because when he goes out on the ledge, and there's statuaries there that are naked people, and there's some dirty jokes there, but overall,
comes back in
it's good for everybody.
But yeah, I would say this is a good
It's like
family movie.
I don't know if it's in the trailer. I don't remember in that trailer, but way back in the day when I saw the commercials for it on TV. The one joke where Priscilla Presley's wearing a dress and she's like, hang on, let me get that. And he walks up a ladder and he's like, he looks up and he's like, nice beaver.
Well,
and then she's like, thanks, I just had it stuffed, and it's a stuffed beaver.
The whole time too, like he's got an inner monologue where he's like, oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, there's voiceover through the whole thing.
Yeah, because it's it's kind of like a noir film.
Yeah,
it's like
kind
a
of
comedy noir film. I was thinking about that too, because it's got a lot of narration on it. It's kind of a darker story,
and
they're there to kill the queen.
The narration is
real narration.
Yeah, it's but like how they would say it, like she had hair that like gold and waves of grain, stuff like that. It's all like metaphoric, lots of stuff like that. It's good
and very enjoyable.
Yeah,
like it doesn't get boring or old. Like I was very impressed with the fact that it never got old.
Yeah,
because this is something that could get old quick.
Sure, it could, but I don't think it does either. And you got to pay attention to stuff, because at one point there, when the lab, like there's jokes that are coming up, but like on TV shows and stuff, like the camera will track along with the people walking, and if they go through a door, it's like part of the wall. Two guys go through the door. One guy goes in between the wall and the camera. It's great. And then he's kind of like a Q at the lab, that guy.
Yeah.
And he's got the
Swiss Army shoe.
The Swiss Army shoe. And he's like, this is a weapon. And it's everything you need in the field. And it's so stupid.
And
but I love that joke in that, too. That one guy is gigantic. He's from the TV show, too. You never see his face. You only see him from here down. And then everybody's head's here. And he's like, you got something on your side of your mouth. No, the other side. He's eating a banana. And like half a banana falls off.
Yeah.
Because he's so gigantic.
He's so bad. One of the jokes, and I'm glad you got a picture of it here because it was silly. It's a car chase scene.
Yeah.
Where he's going after, I don't know if it was, I don't remember.
The guy that was going
around.
one of the guys got remotely censored.
Yeah, the guy was going to kill OJ.
He was going to kill, okay, now I forget. But yeah, he was the guy. And there's a big car chase.
And we
the doctor, he's the doctor
driver,
and he stops a car and gets into it, and then Drebin gets into the student driver car, right?
Yeah. He gets into the student driver car, which is hysterical. And this entire time the teaching instructor is like teaching her how to do a car chase.
He's all calm the whole time.
They lose him at one point, and they get backed up by a truck. And the truck driver's like, well, what are you doing, lady? Get out of the way. And he's like, no, extend your arm. extend your
their
finger.
middle finger.
Like, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
That, and then the guy's reaction to
Yeah.
that, too. It's great.
And then we catch back up with him, and the hypnotized doctor is about to hit a gas truck.
Right.
Goes through it. He's like hanging on the top of the car.
Right.
Then out of nowhere, the military's
There's a
transporting
missile.
him like a nuke. Crashes into that. Another like explosion.
Yep.
And he's riding like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah,
riding
it is
on
Wile E. Coyote like.
the missile, and he's just screaming again because he goes right into a firework factory, and it starts exploding. People gather around. Leslie Nielsen just walks up in front.
Please disperse. There's nothing to see here. There's all fireworks going off.
That's so hilarious.
Those are great jokes.
I loved that. That was good.
And there's a
especially
running
the
gag
scene.
where every time he parks, he hits something.
Yeah, every single time.
And then he hits something at the docks, and the guy goes into the water.
Falls over.
But there's another joke, too. The chalk outline is in the water. It's just stupid stuff. And they're not, like, waiting for laughs. You just see this stuff, and they just keep on going like it's a regular movie. And all this stuff is normal.
I'm going to pull up that Swiss Army shoe. I didn't know you had a picture of it.
Oh, I thought that's why you said it.
No, I was just talking about it because
Yeah,
it's
Swiss
it's
Army
good.
shoe.
And this also shows us that he's going to queue up the cufflink
Yeah.
little darts, which pays off later,
Pays off
too.
at the end, yep.
Which is cool because this movie, it perfectly sets things up. It's a good bread and butter kind of movie.
Yeah.
The whole thing, and I'm very impressed with it because it could have been deranged. It could have been off the rails. There's a lot
Yeah.
of it that if you went too far, it could have gone too far.
Right.
But they keep it pretty steady the entire way, and it's very enjoyable.
It is a great time. I loved watching it last night.
I showed the lovers picture you had on here. That's
for Priscilla Presley. She's the femme fatale kind of love interest of the movie.
now is that the Priscilla Presley?
Yeah.
Elvis's
Wife.
Elvis's wife.
His teen wife. All grown up. And divorced.
Beautiful lady, very pretty.
Yeah.
I forgot about one more cameo in here, and I'm glad you got it because the plot of the movie is about killing the queen,
Yep.
and the opportunity they see to have themselves is at a baseball game.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the queen's going to attend a baseball game out.
Yeah. And she's passing hot dogs and beer along
Yeah.
like a regular person.
The actress that got to play the queen also does. She looks pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is. But it's definitely not.
It's not the queen, no. And it's not George Bush Sr. in the second one either. And that guy looks just like him.
But Leslie Nielsen, he's put on he's got a flag. Like if you mess up one more time,
Yeah.
you're off the force.
Yeah.
Because he invaded somebody's house, got
Ludwig's
evidence,
house, yeah.
created a whole problem. That whole thing you just
Arson.
described with the statues. And everything. So he's on a list right now, and if he messes up one more time, he's out. And they really well, I think, they have him infiltrate each step in the ladder of how to get to the next place because he's the singer for the national anthem first.
Yeah.
Then he goes over to be the
What's
umpire.
his name? Enrico. Hey, it's Enrico Falazzi or whatever.
Yeah.
Falazzi, which is a kind of a catchphrase thing from this. Like a lot of people, you'll see that every once in a while, in like people's names on Twitter or whatever, or Enrico Palazzi and that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, he sings the national anthem poorly.
Horribly, yeah. It's
You
so
don't even know
bad.
the words.
And you got the captain up there in the seats.
Yeah,
He's got like binoculars. He's like, oh my God, it's
it's Frank.
every single time. He's the umpire and
He's the umpire.
doing a lot of dancing. The body double they got for this is also really good.
Oh, he's great.
He looks a lot like him, and he's moving around really great. And like how they intercut him is really good.
Yeah, like that. He goes into his apartment, and Priscilla Presley's supposed to get some information from him. Just keep an eye on him and make sure that their evil guy plot can go through. And so he goes into his apartment, and it's like
it's open.
Somebody's already here.
Yeah.
And then he's doing all this acrobatic crap. It's not Nielsen at all, but it's done so well.
No reason to do it.
It looks, no reason to do it at all.
At all. I think there's actually one point where he like does a backflip.
Yeah.
And then he reverses it and goes back to his same spot. I think at one point in there, like he forward flips one plate, he lands.
Yeah,
and then does a backflip.
Then does, yeah.
But yeah, they tied that in really well. And then they activate the killer. He's going to kill the...
Yeah, it's Reggie Jackson.
And it's Reggie Jackson. Look at him there. Gotta kill the queen. And that's when the darts come back into play.
Yep.
And he misses. He shoots a lady.
Yep, who falls onto him.
Onto Reggie, yeah. And he saves the day. It's like, oh my God, that umpire, he saved the queen's life.
Yeah.
He's like, that's no umpire. Check again.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzi.
I think that was funny.
It's great.
But yeah, I mean, the story is...
and then like Ricardo Montalban has Priscilla Presley as a hostage, and he's like, oh yeah, two could play at that game, and he grabs just some random woman and puts a gun to her head.
And then he gets him. He gets him with a dart.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
You
like,
killed him. No, he'll be all right in a minute.
Yeah, he'll be okay. And then falls over the edge.
Yep.
Like 10 floors or
the
something.
Stadium, the whole stadium.
Falls completely down the floor. It's like pancaked. And then the roller comes over.
Yeah, there's a bus goes over him, and then like a cement flattener.
Yeah.
And then a marching band.
I like how instead of being like squished, he's cemented into the ground.
Yeah.
And his key is there too, and somebody steps on it, and then Priscilla's like, must kill Frank.
Yeah.
And he's like, just talks her out of it.
Yeah.
No, you don't got to do that.
Which you would think that's what they would do. And he talks about how he finally found true love without utensils.
I also think it's funny that he keeps saying, like, you know, they say cops and women don't mix.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like anything. It's just cops and women.
I like in that part too. He's like, here, you can have this back, and it's what's the little thing's called that women put on their leg?
The garter.
A garter. She's like, who does that belong to? He's like,
He points it out as like an anklet. She's like, oh, I like that anklet.
Yeah.
She gets
did that fall down there again? Some other things like when Ludwig is showing Pap Schmear how he's going to kill the queen. He has his secretary come in, and then he activates her. That's the Zucker's mom.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That's funny. Cool little cameo there.
That is.
But yeah, this movie's just great. It was a lovely time. I very much enjoyed it. And I think that of all the stylized pun movies, this is probably going to be one of the best ones.
It is.
See.
And then Scary Movie came out in like 2000 or whatever after Scream. No, it wasn't that late. Anyway, and the Wayans brothers made that one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the scary movies.
That one was okay, but then after that, I think Abrams and Zucker both take it over.
Oh, do they?
And they kind of get more popular and way more jokey, like these kind of jokes. They're pretty good. They're also in 2025. Liam Neeson is going to be playing supposedly Drebin's son in a remake of The Naked Gun, or a new Naked Gun.
Really?
Yeah, and like the people that are directing it and writing it, I don't really know who they are. I think one of these Abrams or Zucker have something to do with it, but Seth MacFarlane is like the executive producer. So that could be good if they. It could be really funny and along the same lines as these movies, but it'll probably be a little more different. Like these are like jokey jokes.
Yeah, these are kind of other times.
And it's always of the times. Like I said in the very beginning, none of those evildoers are alive anymore.
Yeah. So we do bring up a lot of the times how we'd like to see a remake done of certain movies.
Yeah.
This could be...
It could be really good. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Especially with a lot of people who seem to have an appreciation for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Behind it.
Because one of these Zuckers is a producer on was for Family Guy. He was like Seth MacFarlane was able to do it because that guy.
Because he had his help.
Yeah, he helped him out.
Well,
so it could be like if you like those two Ted movies, which I do.
Yeah, I think
it could be really good.
Great. I think Ted's better than the Western one he did.
The Western one is not as good, but I think this will be pretty good. Liam Neeson's in that one too.
He is. He's the bad guy in that. But I think the Orville's the best thing McFarlane's done recently. I think.
Yeah, it is. I love the Orville.
It's great. I love that.
The Ted TV show that was on Hulu.
I haven't watched it.
I stopped watching because I just didn't care. It wasn't as good. But those two movies are really good.
Okay. Now, I've seen clips on the internet, and it seems like the boy playing little Mark Wahlberg, he and Ted have good chemistry, it looks like. And the dad is the voice actor for Steve.
Yeah, and the mom is the voice actor for Lois.
Yeah. How fun is that?
Oh, wait, is that in the show?
I know it's in the movie. I don't know if it's in the show.
It's I don't know. I remember if the show has her in it.
I like when he uses the same.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's because it's like a sense of familiarity.
It is, and they are all on the same mindset.
Yeah, they all get it too. They all get it.
Yeah,
and that's important because if you are all on the same page, it works.
Yeah.
So, what were your first impressions?
My first impressions were, they made a movie of that show that I liked. That got canceled way too soon. Because I was a big fan of Airplane when I was a kid. So when this came out, I was like, this is great. And then I saw the second one on HBO for the first time. But the third one I actually went to the movie theater to see.
Oh, cool.
This one I had to wait till it came out on video.
Now, did you know Leslie Nielsen as a serious actor before these movies? Or did you know him as a comedian?
I only knew him from Airplane.
Okay.
I didn't see any serious thing until Forbidden Planet, I'm pretty sure. That was the first time I ever saw him do something serious. And I was waiting for jokes.
It never came.
I was like, okay, I get it.
And we talk about that in our Fantastic Planet episode. Yeah. Not Fantastic Planet. Forbidden Planet,
right.
Fantastic Planet's a
totally different thing. It's a French cartoon movie.
Which is, I guess, one of Jack Black's famous movies. He loves that movie.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Huh.
And I did watch it. It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Everything about it's weird.
I think it's supposed to be, and I think if you go into it with an open mind, you might enjoy it, because it's alien.
It's totally alien, yeah.
It feels like you're on another planet. But I was also somebody who saw Leslie Nielsen as a comedic performer before I ever saw him.
I take it back. The first time I saw him be serious was Creep Show, and that's where I was expecting the jokes from.
Because he's an old guy.
Yeah.
Old guy Leslie Nielsen's a comedian. Young guy Leslie Nielsen's taking his life seriously. I did too. When I saw Creep Show the first time too, I thought it was weird that he wasn't. None of this was humorous. It was he's a bad guy. Yeah. He's not a nice guy. He kills those people,
and he gets what he's got coming.
He kind of got away with it up until they got him.
Yeah,
like the police didn't know.
Yeah, right.
He would have.
Yeah, there wasn't enough time either.
And I like his part in that.
Yeah,
that one's the one that really creeped me out too. Of all of them, that
creepy.
One caught me. Yeah, I'd give this movie 2 thumbs up. I think that everybody
it's a great time.
Should. It's a great time. It's anybody could watch it. You can watch it with your kids. You can watch it with your wife. You can watch it with anybody.
Yeah.
It's not really restrictive in any way. I found.
Just the one part I was telling you about, and then even that, a lot of kids aren't going to get some of the jokes that are the real dirty. But mostly
they're just going to laugh at what it is.
And I don't think the second one third one has anything like that.
Does the second one? The second one does have something like that?
No, I don't think it does. I don't think the other two do. And Anna Nicole Smith is in the third one, and she's like falling out of her dress mostly, but it's a regular dress, and she just happens to have big boobs. You know what I mean?
There's one part where Leslie Nielsen and Priscilla, he's in their house and they kind of hit it off and they're gonna go to the bedroom.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I hope you're okay with protection. And she's like, I wear protection too.
Yeah.
And it's just these giant full body condoms. That's so silly. That's so dumb.
And that's another thing. There's 2 montages with songs in them.
Yeah.
Because there's that one when and like nobody would get the joke anymore. At the end of it, what song are they playing? Oh, what song is it?
If you didn't ask, I would have known. I know the song. Everybody knows the song.
Anyway, there's a montage of stuff, and then he leaves. He's like, I got to go. I'm on stakeout. And he walks away, and at the bottom of the screen, they show the name of the song and the artist and where it's
like
from.
Like a music video?
Like a music video, but they don't play music videos anymore.
Yeah. I also like when he goes on stakeout, they're eating the...
Oh, yeah, they don't have red pistachios anymore either.
He goes to
got
open
red
his
crap
door.
all over their lips in a giant pile of them.
He can't open his door.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. I say dumb in like the best way dumb.
Yeah.
This movie in no way is like, oh my God.
It's fun dumb.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a like turn your brain off, have a good time kind of thing. Like don't...
Well, you can't turn your brain off too much or you miss some of the jokes.
Yeah, because
you
there are
gotta
a
watch
little
it and
bit
pay
of...
attention. And that's just how the show was, and it was just really cool.
I'm kind of surprised that the show wasn't as popular.
I think, well, I don't remember what it was up against either. But I think you got to have an audience. Like a lot of people, Airplane is iconic.
Yeah.
And it's... a lot of people enjoy it, but I don't think enough people enjoy that kind of humor to sustain a TV show.
That's fair. Because it is very particular. You have to be willing to be on its terms in order to enjoy that kind of comedy. But I do. I like that.
I do too. I laughed out loud a couple times, and I've seen it 100 times.
I'd give this movie 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
I
was like, man, because I knew Randy Official wasn't going to be able to be here. I'm like, this is one he would really like. So we'll have to get his take on it sometime. Yeah.
When we meet next, we'll ask him on it.
Yeah.
Because without a doubt, he would love these movies.
Yeah, totally.
They're right up his alley. But I think that's it. I think that's all we've got to talk about.
Yeah, definitely check out The Naked Gun.
The Naked Gun.
From the Files of Police Squad.
It's on sale right now on Vudu.
And it's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. I love it. And if I love it, you'll love it. And you know what else I love?
Our merch.
I love that shirt. Yeah. The official Grindhouse merchandise. Only for you. Did you know that? It's only for you. We don't make it for us.
No.
Even though we have some because it's awesome.
Yeah. We like cool things.
We do like
cool things. We must have them.
We love them. We love cool things. Like this desk mat I'm sitting behind with this desk mat here is so nice.
It looks like that.
It looks just like that poster up on that wall right behind you. Beautiful art. Original art. Inspired art. You can go to our website, thegrindhousepodcast.com. It's right there. You can read about us. You can request a movie.
Yes.
You can watch other episodes. As a matter of fact, you should watch other episodes.
Yeah, if you haven't seen other ones, definitely check them out.
We talk about some good ones, some good movies. The Kid and Casablanca, not one of them yet.
Not yet.
They probably will be. Because we love them. We love talking about movies, and we want you in there on the conversation, too. Just because you're not here on set with us doesn't mean you're not in our thoughts.
That's right.
We want to know, what did you think? What did you think of the Naked Gun? Did you think it was a rip-roaring action movie or a gentle comedy? Or did you think it was something else? All entirely.
And if you got a quirky movie you like, let us know, and we'll do it.
Yeah, we will, because you know what we like to do? Watch movies that you've liked.
And discover new things.
Because we do that. We love watching movies. We love watching new things. We love watching old things. We love watching all things. I just went to go see Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah.
That's a weird thing. So go ahead. Tell us what you thought. Leave a like, comment, share with your friends, share it with your enemies. And of course, buy our stuff.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on all platforms. We're everywhere you can listen. Everywhere. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Audacity, Listen Notes, everywhere. We're there. Even he's there.
Yes.
He's everywhere. But that's our show this week, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by. Season 4, kicking it out with great movies. Cheese, I'm out.